Good afternoon, Yorktown. It's Supervisor Matt Slater coming to you from Town Hall. It is Thursday, November 12th. Coming to you nearly 8 months to the day. Nearly 8 months to the day in March, the town of Yorktown declared a state of emergency, citing increased numbers regarding COVID. Earlier this morning, the town board once again passed a resolution authorizing me, which I signed earlier today, reinstating the state of emergency for the town of Yorktown, citing the increased COVID-19 infection rate and active case numbers. Immediately, that state of emergency does not have a direct impact on any of the daily lives of our residents at this point in time. We have not handed down any executive orders. On Tuesday, this past Tuesday, the town board did pass a resolution mandating face coverings at all of our town facilities, including our rec facilities and park facilities. The numbers today are telling a very serious story, and that's why the state of emergency, we felt, was so important. Hard to believe, but we have to get back to that March mindset, because the numbers are starting to show it. Today, the active caseload in the town of Yorktown is 73. We had 26 new cases, bringing our total to 975. Again, we are not here to scare anybody. We are here to provide verified and accurate information. And that information is supposed to help you, the residents of Yorktown, make the best decisions possible, the best decisions for yourselves, for your family, and for this community. And again, it goes back to reinstating that March mindset. The community numbers that we're seeing, both on the active caseload and the infection rate, as I've stated before, are going in the very wrong direction. We're seeing this countywide, we're seeing it regionally, and that's why the town board took the action that it did earlier today. The governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, has handed down a few new executive orders that I wanted to make sure everyone's aware of. Effective tomorrow, Friday, November 13th at 10 p.m., bars, restaurants, and gyms, as well as any state liquor authority licensed establishment, must close in-person service from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. daily. In addition, effective tomorrow, Friday, November 13th at 10 p.m., indoor and outdoor gatherings at private residences will be limited to no more than 10 people. I spoke with the Commissioner of Health a few minutes ago. I've been in touch with the County Executive's Office directly as well. We are seeing a correlation in the numbers to gatherings at people's homes. That's why the governor's handed this particular order down. Same with our bars and gyms. Again, why he's handed those orders down. And those orders are for the entire state of New York. They are not specific for the town of Yorktown or for Westchester County or the Hudson Valley region. These are statewide orders. And so, as we look forward and we look at the coming days, it is critically important to make socially responsible decisions. I can say this, and I have said it now for 8 months. 8 months we've been saying the same thing. I know you're tired of hearing it, and frankly, I'm tired of saying it. The fact of the matter is, if we don't get back to that March mindset, we are going to find ourselves back to a restricted lifestyle, which none of us want. I spoke with both Dr. Ron Hatter of the Yorktown Central School District last night and Dr. Brendan Lyons of the Lakeland Central School District. Both have done phenomenal jobs. But if we want our schools to remain open, it's going to take an entire community effort in order to succeed. If we want to keep our businesses open, and the holidays are right around the corner, we all know how much they rely on our Shop Local initiatives. this time of year, and if we want to keep them open, it's going to take a community effort. We are being challenged. This is Yorktown. We stand up to those challenges. We lead from the front. We don't back down from a fight. And don't kid yourself. We're back in another fight. As I said earlier, spoke with the Department of Health. This is not a Yorktown-specific issue. This is a regional issue. But it comes down to wearing a mask, washing your hands, practicing social distance, and right now it may be almost most importantly, if you're not feeling well, please do not go out socializing, do not go to work, do not let your kids go to school if they're not feeling well. Please contact your healthcare provider immediately to get the proper care, which is probably going to include a COVID test. If you're awaiting a COVID test result, stay home. Stay home. At this point, you have to assume that the COVID test result is going to be positive. It's better to err on the side of caution. Now, the governor has put together a cluster action initiative that's being implemented throughout the state of New York. We've seen this being implemented down in southern Westchester, down in the village of Portchester and parts of Rybrook. This is their approach, so it's not going to be a regional, at least that's the plan that we're working under. It will not be a regional approach, but it's going to be a zip code and a census tract approach, so much more focused. There are three levels: yellow, orange, and red. You can find all this information, as always, right on the town's website. We try to provide all this information for you to go find. As you go through from yellow to orange to red, the restrictions grow. Currently, here in the town of Yorktown, we have no cluster zones. That again gets handed down by the state of New York, and it's dictated by the infection rate. So even though we continue to see maps and statistics about active caseload, it comes down to infection rates. And the infection rate for Westchester County, frankly, has continued to increase. Same with our neighbors to the north in Putnam County. We do not know, and I've said this before, and I'm being very transparent, we do not know what the infection rate is for the town of Yorktown. We do not know what the infection rate is broken down by zip code. We've requested that information and that data. So we are working on the assumption based on the county's infection rate and based on our active caseload that we are seeing today. Again, that number now at 73 with 26 new cases just within the last 24 hours. We are working under the assumption that we are, in fact, beyond the infection rate limits, and it has to be within 7 days of 10. And so if we want to halt that, and if we want to make sure that we prevent more state-mandated restrictions, it's going to take a community effort. It's going to take responsibility by each and every one of our residents. It's going to take returning to that March and April mindset. I know, again, we're tired of hearing of it. I'm tired of talking about it. But if we want to continue to let our kids go to school, to let our businesses operate, to let our churches and our synagogues and our houses of worship, if we want to allow people to worship in those places, then we have to really focus our efforts on the things that we know work. So please, make smart decisions. We're going to continue to monitor this very, very closely. We will take whatever actions we need to protect the health and well-being of our residents. But we also rely on you. So please continue to follow those protocols, continue to wash your hands, practice social distancing, wear a mask, and again, like I said, if you are not feeling well, stay at home and contact your healthcare provider. If we get more information, as I've pledged you before, as soon as we have verified and accurate information, we will bring that to you immediately. In the meantime, you can always call my office with any questions that you have, 914-962-5722, extension 200. That's my direct line. Or you can always email me directly at mslater@yorktownny.org. We've battled this once before. I'm confident we're going to battle it again, and we're going to do it together because we're stronger together. So stay well, stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much.